Hi there, beautiful. How are you today? It's Sarah here from Proud, Happy, Brave, and today I wanted to talk about how to deal with overwhelm. It's something that can come up quite, just out of the blue for us, and it can be quite debilitating. Like, it can really stop you in your tracks and have you confused as to how to move forward. Um, it is something that you can move forwards from. So if you ever feel overwhelmed, don't feel like you need to stay there. There are steps that you can take to overcome overwhelm and to get a bit more clarity about life, action, whatever is having you feel overwhelmed. I'm going to give you some tips to move past overwhelm so that, yeah, you can feel better about things and, yeah, just get out of that horrible space. So, my first tip is to talk it out. So, just sometimes just the act of talking to someone else and getting what's stuck up in our head, all those thoughts and feelings, talking them out with someone, it can really help. It can, first of all, lighten our load, make us feel like, oh, okay, like I've been able to let that out. And also, too, just saying the words can often help us to think over them more clearly. And then also, too, if you might be talking to someone who can give you a bit of feedback and help you to consider things from a different point of view, that can be really helpful. So, yeah, if you've got a friend or family member who you can talk about it to, or even, if you've got a counsellor or someone like that, that can be a really great thing to do. My next tip is to write it out. So, if you haven't got clarity after talking to someone about it, or you don't feel like you have someone you can talk to about it, then write it out and get everything that's in your head out onto paper. And that's actually called a brain dump or a stream of consciousness, where you're just getting everything out. You're not editing, just getting all that craziness out so that you can then you can sort through it a bit better. And again, it can just, even doing the act of writing it out can lighten, make you feel lighter, like you've released that. And yeah, I find just having it on paper is just so much better than just leaving it all in my head. And then the next thing to do is to sort through that. So use your journaling to, think about what you've uncovered with that brain dump, and you might want to prompt yourself with questions to see what comes up, or if you're overwhelmed with, say, tasks you need to do. Once you've got them all out on paper, you can go through them and prioritize them, and ask yourself, how important is this? Do I really need to do it? Can I delegate it? Or is this, a must do? Or is this going to move me closer to my goals? You want to try and prioritize those tasks. So that can really help and give you clarity on what action to take. And that brings me on to my next step, which is to decide. So often overwhelm comes about because we are confused about what to do, and we might have multiple choices there, which can be overwhelming. So to get out of that, we need to make a decision. So know that you can make a decision and then you can change it, but then also it can sometimes be good to make a decision and just be like, yeah, that's the way I'm going, and then get you out of that overwhelm. Just choose if you can, and know that for if it's for something like tasks, I often get overwhelmed. Oh, which one should I go with first? Or if I've got an idea, which idea should I progress? Or which goal should I work on first? Know that, yeah, you can, once you take action on one thing, you can come back and take action on those other ideas or goals that you had. So, yeah, certainly don't feel like making a decision is the end of the world. So then, once you've decided, plan your action. So, how are you going to move forwards with what you've decided? So, if it's a goal of mine that I'm working on, that I've decided, yes, I want to progress, I like to think of what are the next 3 steps that I need to take on that goal. Or if it's you've prioritized your to-do list, then it could just be a matter of diving into what task you've prioritized as the most important task, or the task that you most want to get done. And then the final step is to take action. So yeah, after you've decided and planned it out, you need to actually go and do it. So I love Nike's slogan of just do it, because often I'll get caught up in my head and that can hold me back, but yeah, once I just decide to do it and I get it done, I feel so much better. So yeah, take action where you can, and also too, that action has the effect of helping you to get out of that overwhelm and feeling like you're stuck. So yeah, even if you're not 100% sure of your decision, just take some small action. What's the tiniest step you can take, and take that action first, and yeah, hopefully that will kind of get a bit of momentum going. So I hope that helps. Let's recap. So step 1 is talk it out. Step 2 is list it out. Step 3 is journal on it. Step 4 is decide what to do. Step 5 is plan out your action. And step 6 is take action. So I hope you find those steps helpful. If you have any other tips, if you've ever been overwhelmed and you took some action that really helped, I'd love to know. Please share that with us so that we can help each other out. And yeah, let me know how you get on. Okay, bye for now.